Hi, this is Jeff Levitt, and thank you for watching another political interview here on WGRE.net. We are adding video content to our website so that you can learn a little bit more about the local candidates. And today we're talking to Jamie Lewis. Jamie is an attorney from the Camilla area. She is running for the Grady County State Court Judgeship, which will be vacated this year by Mr. Bill Bass. The election will be on May the 20th, and I'm going to ask Jamie the same questions, same three questions that I've asked the other two candidates for this position, and hopefully you'll be able to get to know her a little bit better, and we'll be able to be a more informed voter this election season. So the very first question is, Jamie, tell me a little bit about your background and your qualifications for being state court judge.
I grew up in Early County. I went to Southwest Georgia Academy to high school, and I graduated as the valedictorian of my class there. I went on to the University of Georgia to obtain my bachelor's degree in education, and then followed that with getting my law degree at Florida State University. After graduating from law school, I worked as a public defender in Bainbridge, which also covers the Grady County area, for about 5.5 years, where I represented thousands of clients on felony and misdemeanor cases in Superior Court, State Court, City Courts, Juvenile Courts, and since I left there in January of 2013, I opened my own practice, which we are actually located in Camilla, but we serve the whole Southwest Georgia area. Particularly Grady County is a huge part of my client base, and of course we live in Grady County, my husband and our 4 children. And since then I have started expanding my business to include family law representation, and my partner also does criminal and family law. I also work at Bainbridge State College as the paralegal studies professor there. I've been doing that since 2012.
What kind of changes would you make, if any, to the current state court if you were elected?
Of course, before I make any changes, certainly want to get everyone together that is involved in state court. I mean, that includes the clerk's office, the solicitor's office, the public defender's office, probation departments. These are all integral parts of the state court. It's not just the judge that's affected. It's not just the judge that makes the decisions. It needs to be a team effort. There's going to be a lot of people that have been involved in working with state court that have been there for many years that could, add a lot to giving information to me about how we need to progress. For one, I know one thing that I do want to implement is, from my experience in working in state court, this is not being done now, is some sort of program for youthful and first-time offenders. And what I'd like to do is set it up to be like an incentive program where you can get credit off of your sentence, or you can get credit for community service or fine, even if you can't pay a fine, if you complete certain incentive programs. And those incentive programs will be tailored for the individual defendant's needs, such as parenting classes, anger management classes, completion of a GED, those kind of things, and that way you give them the incentive to want to better themselves. I think that will work. I've talked with other people that do those kind of programs in other state courts throughout the state, and it seems to be working. Drug court is one thing that they've been doing throughout the state, and I'd like to implement a drug court type of program as well. In addition to that, I also would like to see about trying to make the court more efficient. As I stated in the political forum, the state court is not primarily set up as a source of revenue, but it does produce revenue for the county. But you have to find ways to cut corners also to save money. And one way that you can do that, obviously, is cutting down the amount of paper that comes in and out of the court, cutting down on the amount of time that needs to be spent in court. The federal courts actually require that all filings be done electronically, and notices are sent out to attorneys electronically. And so I think instead of just going completely paperless to start with, we could start doing things like sending out notices to attorneys electronically and having attorneys file things electronically, and kind of slowly implement a paperless system. The other way that we can be efficient, like I said, is to cut down on the amount of court time that we have to spend. I have found in my experience in state court as the public defender for 2 years there while I was at the public defender's office, is that a lot of times they don't try very many cases there because they are trying to avoid impaneling juries to save money. But in the end, what happens, I think, is we're scheduled too many court days to have these people come back and come back and come back only to have their cases continued. And I think that where we think we're saving money, we're probably not saving money. So just really look at those kind of figures and go from there.
So why do you think you're the best candidate for this particular position?
Well, I understand that I know I'm the youngest, and I know I have the least amount of years of experience as an attorney. However, in the practice of law, I don't think years equates to actual quality experience. As an assistant public defender, like I stated, I have handled thousands of cases. I've tried dozens, countless numbers of cases, felony cases, misdemeanor cases, all the way from DUIs, other traffic offenses, all the way up to murder cases. In fact, this week I was trying a case that carried a possible life sentence in Decatur County in front of a jury. So just because I haven't been a judge before, lawyers have to know as much about the law, if not more, than judges. That's why you have to be a lawyer to be able to be the judge. You have to know the law as a lawyer as well or better than the judge to be an effective lawyer. So I feel like having tried as many cases I have, having represented as many people as I have, I'm as familiar with the law as any of the other candidates, if not more. I know Josh Bell, who is also running for the position, is the city court judge in Cairo and in Wiggum, and has been for a number of years. He's also the city court judge in 4 other municipalities in South Georgia. But those are appointed positions. They're appointed by the city council. They are not positions that he was chosen by the people of Grady County to be the judge. I feel like the people of Grady County have an opportunity here to voice how they want the judiciary to be in this county, and not just based upon the city council appointing someone. I feel like that I have the best judicial temperament for the job, and a lot of that is because I am a woman. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, and I'm a business owner, and I think that all of those things give me a unique perspective, coupled with my experience as a public defender, at looking at the kind of cases and the kind of people that will be coming before the court.
Thank you very much, Jamie. And of course, we appreciate you watching these videos. It's a new service that we're offering on the WGRA.net website. You can see interviews with all of the candidates for the Grady County State Court position, also candidates for the House of Representatives District 173, and hopefully in the next few days we'll also be able to do some video interviews with the candidates for the Grady County Board of Commissioners, District number 2, which is also for election on May the 20th. Early voting is going on right now, so please get out and vote at the Grady County Courthouse. If you can't make it then, please vote on May 20th. And thanks for watching another one of these interviews here on WGRA.net.